Okay, so this is the complex number question. I'm going to replace my z with x plus yi, get my z real components together. Now this is a 3-mark question, so use your CAS along the way to assist you. So I've gone from here to here, then from here I've just jumped on my calculator and expanded, then simplified and solved for y. Don't do working out by hand when you've got a CAS to assist you, but of course have enough of the information along the way that's going to get the marks. In part B, we need to graph this line and these 2 points. And of course the line's going to split them. There's my U and there's my V and there's the line, so that's going to be 2 marks. The question then says, state geometrically what's happening here. Okay, so what's happening here is this here represents all of the complex numbers that are equidistant away from U and from V. So the numbers here are the same distance away from U and V, because what we're saying is that Z minus U, so the distance from there, is equal to Z minus V, the distance from here, and that everywhere along this line represents a complex number that is equidistant. Over the page, sketch this ray. Now remember, the ray of the argument of Z equals pi on 4 is the ray that starts at the origin and has an angle of pi on 4. If I'm minusing U from it, then that ray has been moved across and then down and will end up looking like this ray here. So it's been moved to U, it's got an open circle and has an angle of 45 degrees. Therefore, it's going to go through at a gradient of 1. And that, by the way, is the line of y equals x, because the tangent of pi on 4 is 1, plus 1, because the y-intercept is 1. So to the next question, write down the function that describes the ray. Well, that's the function, but of course, it doesn't go forever. It starts at -2, so given the domain. The next part of the question says that points representing the line I, U, and V are on a circle. So there is one of them, there is the other one, and there is -5. And they appear on a circle. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to use my calculator because I know that point C is the middle. I'm going to call that XY, and that the radius are all equal. So I'm going to use my calculator and go using my calculator in simultaneous equations, solving for x and y, I'm going to say that I'm going to go from this point, which is 0, 5, to this point, so x minus 0 plus y minus 5, that's minus 5, squared, square root is the distance, equals going from this one to C. And then I've picked going from this one to the middle is the same as going from this one to C. Set them all up, put them in the calculator, and I get these answers pop out. X equals -5/3 and y equals -10/3. Therefore, if the circle is centered at C, that's the equation of ZC, and that's going to be the radius, which is one of these distances given these values of x and y.